Hello and welcome to Cryptotimes TV. Previously in our videos, we've talked about numerous wealthy individuals like Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, and George Soros. You might have noticed one thing that unites them apart from their enormous amounts of money. All of them are avid philanthropists. But you might be wondering since when it's been in vogue for all these major moneybags to spend their earnings on the poor. It turns out there's a person who actually pioneered this activity, and he's the subject of our today's video, even though he's long gone. Today we're talking about John Davison Rockefeller, a former head of the Standard Oil Company and one of the world's richest men. Right now we are going to tell you a brief summary of his path to success and, in conclusion, a couple interesting and quick facts about him, so stay with us. John Rockefeller was born on July 8, 1839 in the state of New York to a family of German, English, and Scots-Irish descent. When he was 14, his family moved to neighboring Ohio. 2 years later, he took an office job as an assistant bookkeeper with Hewitt & Tuttle, commissioned merchants and produce shippers. This work let him generate enough funding for launching his own produce business in partnership with Morris D. Clark, and just 1 year on his own had brought him a staggering $450,000. In the 1860s, he saw the potential in venturing into the oil business. So in 1863, he opened his first refinery near Cleveland, and within 2 years, it was the largest in the area. Inspired by his tremendous success, Rockefeller concentrated on oil production full-time. In 1870, he established the Standard Oil Company, which proved to be yet another major achievement on the way to the top of the industry. The plan was to form a monopoly by buying out smaller businesses operating in the field. Also, Standard set up a system of transport for its own products by purchasing oil pipelines and terminals. In just a decade, the company achieved a near monopoly in the United States. It didn't take long for other businesses in the public to realize that the situation had spun out of control, and Rockefeller calling all the shots in the industry was no good. The growing dissatisfaction resulted in the Ohio Supreme Court ruling Standard to be separated into dozens of smaller companies. In the following years, Rockefeller attempted to form a new giant corporation, but the US Supreme Court had it dissolved yet again. In 1895, at the age of 56, Rockefeller retired from running his business and undertook charitable work. His money helped pay for the creation of the University of Chicago, to which he gave more than $80 million before his death. He also helped found the Rockefeller Institute for Medical Research, later renamed Rockefeller University in New York, and the Rockefeller Foundation. In total, he gave away more than $530 million to various causes. Rockefeller passed away on May 23, 1937 in Ormond Beach, Florida. His legacy, however, lives on, because Rockefeller is considered one of America's leading businessmen and is credited for helping to shape the US into what it is today. And now it's time for some quick facts about John Rockefeller. So here we go. Fact number 1. His two great ambitions as a youth were to live 100 years and earn $100,000. While the latter goal was accomplished, he died at 97, only 3 years shy of his 100th anniversary. Number 2. Rockefeller remained totally abstinent from alcohol and tobacco throughout his life. Fact number 3. When he was a child, one Baptist preacher once encouraged him to, quote, make as much money as he could and then give away as much as he could, which he did eventually. Number 4. Rockefeller was very religious, as was his mother. He would read the Bible daily, attend prayer meetings twice a week, and even led his own Bible study with his wife. Fact number 5. Rockefeller's father was a charlatan and abandoned his family around 1855, and although he remained legally married to Eliza up to her death, he later married another woman without issue. And here's the final one. Although he was an abolitionist, Rockefeller did not take up arms when the Civil War broke out in 1861. He hired a substitute soldier in his stead, which was a common practice during the war. So what is it exactly that you admire about John Rockefeller? His immense riches accumulated over decades, or the many philanthropic endeavors made by his family? And what do you think about his monopolist tendencies that brought many decent entrepreneurs to ruin? Was it really worth it? Share your thoughts in the comments down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and join us now to stay updated on all of our upcoming videos. We roll them out daily, Monday through Friday, so stay tuned.